Tuesday, 9th of February 2021. Good evening from Europe. Good morning, good afternoon, guys, wherever you are. Piotr here, this is Liteforex Global YouTube channel. Less than 3 hours left towards the US cash close. Well, I wouldn't say that it was a day full of the fireworks. It wasn't, but some nice possible setup could take place tomorrow. And taking into the consideration that it's Wednesday, well, that sounds like a possible midweek reversal, well, when we are going to discuss few instruments. So let's start with crude oil. If you do remember, each and every Sunday I do prepare weekly preview, and we discussed that, guys. From the weekly chart perspective, when it comes to the crude, we are testing half of that range, right? But also from the intraday perspective, I told you there is no reason, even we are testing supply, there is no reason to try to chase the market or try to make the front run, right? We are discussing, guys, be careful and watch the trend line break. And yes, that's what we have. So there was an attempt to get back above some kind of the possible tweezer top. I'm very curious where we are going to be at the top of the hour. I would like to see the close of that candle somewhere here, right? That I would like to see. So then we have this tweezer top, and it's going to be the time to start to think about the possible supply. So yes, first thing first, I'm going to watch oil tomorrow from the possible short setup. So if that's the case, then also USDCAD could be the target when it comes to the eventually long side, right? From the intraday perspective, it's very well visible where we are, right? And levels down towards 27-26.80. That could be the possible long setup. Of course, watching the price action from the daily chart perspective, it's also retest of the demand based on this move to the upside, and that's in the mid of that consolidation we've seen. So very, very nice looking chart here. I'm very, very curious if we are going to see the turn around when it comes to the USDCAD. Now, euro dollar, here still plenty of possible action tomorrow, especially that we do have early morning. We do have European or maybe different way, German final CPI very early morning, and we are testing the possible supply 2130. If you do remember, we are also discussing this stuff, right? So very nice and good looking move back towards the supply. The demand is around the weekly open, but I think from the intraday perspective, the chart might look good if you are going to take into the consideration 1-to-1 waves. All right, that could be the case with the move towards 2130. So it's gonna be very important if we are going to, or how we are going to behave in during the moment of the attempt to break that high, right? If we are going to see some kind of the rejection upper shadow, well, that could be some kind of the setup as well. But I wouldn't target big downside. First, I would target levels close to 2060, 2040, somewhere over there. So from the intraday perspective, that could be quite nice setup. Dollar yen, here also very, very interesting story. Because if we are going to take into the consideration the trend line, right, the current pullback from the 105.50 plus, it could be just the retest of the broken trend line, right? So in that case, levels close to 104, 103.80, I would look for the buying opportunity. Of course, as of now, in my opinion, anything 105, 40.50, move back towards the weekly open. That's where the supply resides, and it's better visible if we are going to check intraday chart. 1 second. There you go. So that's the untested supply after the breakdown, right? We haven't seen retest of that level. So with the dollar yen, buyers around 104, 103.80, sellers towards 105.4ish. That's how I see the things related to the dollar yen. Finally, because it's also the US CPI day tomorrow, but we are going to get back with the next update. But as I mentioned, it's a German final CPI. So let's have a look what we have when it comes to the euro pound. Okay, where we are, market was trying to reverse above the weekly open, but looks like another upper shadow, right? Of course, the things we've seen last Thursday post Bank of England, this huge range to the downside dictates what is going to happen. The next one is big broken level around 88.70. So the chance for consolidation is going to be with the daily close above the high post Bank of England, right? Okay, that's the crucial 88.40. Then to have an ability to think that, all right, the worst gone, we have to close above 88.70, maybe even 89, right? So for now, let's have a look what we have from the intraday perspective. Big range when it comes to what we've seen yesterday and day before, with attempt to reverse last Friday. So in both cases, there was attempt to go higher, but in both cases, upper shadow towards the end of the day, and looks like that's what we are going to get. So I'm not gonna be in a rush. Supply around 88.30, 88.35, this Bank of England high, that's of course supply. Demand, I would say I would watch for the price action eventually in case of the stop hunt of this yesterday and today low with the reversal, right? So in case we are going to see attempt to go lower, but creation of the lower shadow, that could provide the opportunity to try to rise higher towards the Bank of England levels. All right, guys, it was my pleasure to make the update for you. I'm going to get back tomorrow closer to US session ahead of the or right after US CPI. Have a great trading day and see you around. Take care and goodbye.